great. So, please, Sophie.
Okay, thanks Andre for the organization of this great workshop. And yes, I'd like to talk about some foundational aspects of size and dimension in higher categorical structures and their formalization. Okay, so first, yes, why formalizing higher categorical structures for formalizing mathematics? Well, a lot of mathematics actually takes place in a category. So it can be the category of sets, or vector spaces, topological spaces, chain complexes, and those categories are often equipped with some structure that allows to form other categories. So, for instance, this category of groups, the category of algebras over fields, A-infinity algebras. So there are a lot of those structures category. And more mathematics also take place in two categories. So, for instance, if you want to, anytime you work in the category of groups and in the category of sets, so for instance, if you want to form a free group, then you actually have a functor from the category of sets to the category of groups. And so you are working in the two category of categories. And so this is just unavoidable as soon as you want to relate objects that do not live in the same category, and those questions are omnipresent. And those two categorical structures can be actually also more complicated, but still very much used. So, for instance, in physics, the categories in which vector spaces are used a lot. And you have so all of those enriched categories, categories enriched about topological spaces, monoidal categories, and the question can be, okay, if this functor in the two category of categories or in the category of monoidal categories, and whether, depending on the answer, the structure will change a lot. So, and yes, so a very important point of those categorical structures is that they are large, in that their objects do not form a set. And the associated two categorical structure are even larger. Yes, because the objects don't form a set and they don't form a big category either. They just form a very large two category. And yes, and so the rest of the talk will also consist of explaining how this concept of small object and large object fits with the universe hierarchies and truncations in homotopy type theory, notably. So, okay, so when one wants to formalize a higher categorical structure, there are several challenges. So, the first one is the notion of coherence that is often the main focus of models of infinity categories. So yes, because if you work in an infinity category, the composition of morphisms will involve a very complex combinatorics, because you want to work as weakly as possible, and therefore you have infinitely many morphisms, ensuring higher associativity and coherence of compositions that in turn allows for giving a meaning to a diagram without bracketing everything. And yes, and this complex structure is addressed in I recall some how and what is a model of an infinity category just in a few minutes. But for now, just so this complex structure is addressed in the model by different models of infinity categories will often consist of different shapes of compositions and different ways to ensure that the category effectively allows for composing those morphisms. But homotopy type theory uses something more elegant because so it uses class induction on equality types, but the problem is that it crucially relies on the fact that that paths are undirected in homotopy type theory, and so you can not generalize this in a straightforward way because the computations are reduced to the case where a path is just the identity. And so another challenge that arises when in formalization of higher categorical structure is that of the language and on the status of a mathematical statement and the manipulation of mathematical statements. So, for instance, in homotopy type theory, you have both internal statements because you have a type of truth values, and you also have external statements that are the judgments and that are manipulated externally. And yes, on the other side, so topos theory also allows for internal statements, and yes, and so it's and so the claim actually is that when mathematical statements are written in mathematical practice, it's always internal to topos, and if it's not specified, then it's just a topos of sets and truth values, Boolean truth values, for the reasons that I tried to explain in minutes. Okay, so yes, and finally, of course, the question of size is crucial in the formalization of higher categorical structures because we need to avoid paradoxes, notably when it comes to encompass structures that themselves encompass other structures. Okay, and so yeah, so what I try to explain is where. So what do I mean by the very large n+1 category of n categories, and where does it fit into classic universes hierarchy, and yeah, and also propose a way to manage the interdependence of so set theory uses logic to define the object of set theory. So as category theory uses set theory to define the category, and the idea is to use those relationships to obtain an autonomous system that builds on the level below. So so the definition of a set requires truth values, in particular because the elements of the set can be compared by using the equality, and so the whole the underlying idea behind the framework that I'm developing is that the nature of the relationship between the elements of an object determines the nature of the object itself. That is, if you can compare the objects by using an equality, then it will be a set. If you can compare the object by using an equivalence at one truncated level, then it will be a category, and so the objects are here graded by their truncation levels. And okay, so to pursue the point, the definition of categories requires set. It's just because a category have a set of morphisms between each pair of objects, and this is common to all categories when they are not yeah. So this is the convention here, and it's well, yeah. Okay. But something that is remarkable is that both the compositional structure and the coherences actually can be encapsulated by requiring that the structural that's the mapping that to objects of C associates a set is functorial. So functoriality will provide a composition, and the naturality of functoriality actually provides coherences and so associativity of composition. So this is a very compact way of defining stuff, and okay. Yeah, and actually the definition just generalizes. So of course it involves a lot of coherences, and to encode this functoriality requires some work. But in the end, just an n category will consist of objects and n functors that gives n-1 categories of morphisms between the objects of C. And whose functorial part will encode the composition and the naturality of this functorial part will encode the coherently associated structure of composition. So here there is a real difference between infinity categories from the point of view of model category theory or even homotopy type theory, but it is more clear with the models. So because here the n category of n-1 categories is constructed inductively. So from choose values and sets and then categories. And this is not what happens in a model categorical structure that is built from smaller pieces of sets. So just, yeah. Okay. Anything?
Yes, the sound must work.
Huh? Okay. But I was just wondering about where we are in the time.
Oh, in the past. You have like 20 minutes. Yeah. It's about 20 minutes.
Okay. 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 So.